Welcome, Taurus. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is general. Any topic that the cards want to talk about is going to come up. We'll take a look at current situation and the energies around that. Please keep in mind this is a collective reading. It may or may not resonate, but always check out your other placements. And regardless, even if they do resonate, because it can give you more information. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot today. And let's get started. Please remember, if this reading resonates or even if you just like the content, please hit the like button. It does help. And here we go. Let's do this. Okay, what do our Taurus need to know? Current situation. The Fool. Oh, how exciting! Past influence. Four of Cups. Present influence. Justice. Negative. Seven or Eight of Pentacles. Positive. Page of Wands. Okay, so what you don't see. Six of Wands. What to look for. Page of Swords. Okay, unexpected energy. Judgment. Good. Challenge. Hierophant. Future influence. Two of Swords. Outcome. Six of Pentacles. Tower. Moon. Three of Wands. Well, the Devil's at the bottom of the deck. Advice. Okay, so the Devil came up at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're like stuck on an idea. The Fool tells me you're going to take a leap of faith, and it feels good. Like it's a new energy. You're like, I am just going to do this. I'm going to take it and run. I'm going to cut myself free. What I like, though, is in the Devil, they're on the bed, but they've got the ropes around him, where the Fool is cutting himself free from those ropes and bringing his journal with him on his new adventure. So I do feel like there's something here where you're cutting yourself free from that, and you're just going, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go for it. The Four of Cups is your past. Now this past can be yesterday, it could be 2 years ago, so keep in mind that this energy is something that's just part of this whole situation. But what this is you had your eye set on something, and but that's not. So the Devil energy is you having your eyes set on something very specific. I want this, and I'm not gonna give. And the Four of Cups here is because the Four of Cups to me is like you're being offered something, and you're not seeing what's offered to you because you have expectations. You're looking at what you want. You don't feel like you're getting exactly what you want. It's kind of like feeling sorry for yourself to some degree, where you're like, I'm not getting what I want. Why not? And I feel like this is a reminder. Well, because in this deck, the Four of Cups is a little different. I mean, he's walking, he's blindfolded, he's got his cups on his shoulder, but if he trips, he's going to lose he's going to probably empty all of the cups. And if that happens, then he's led to the Five of Cups, disappointment. So to me, this is that energy of, at some point you have to take that blindfold off. And I think that's what's happening here. Because I think once you decide to take that blindfold off and go, okay, I can go after something different. It doesn't have to be this exact thing. It allows you to be free and have that full energy of taking a leap of faith and doing something new and something that you really aren't expecting. The Justice comes in the future influence now, or the present influence. I feel like this is okay for sure in the now, but this is an energy of, I almost feel like it's something happening in the background that you don't even realize that's setting things into motion. It feels like there's something happening that's the right thing, but you don't see it. I know this isn't coming up in the you don't see, but I'm getting this feeling like something's happening in the background. So something's happening that you know nothing about, that's setting the tone for you to move forward. So, like, for instance, at work, the higher ups are, discussing, what to do. Like, okay, we're going to do this. Well, then that leads an opening for you to really take this leap of faith. So, this justice is, yes, the right thing, but there's something, to me, there's something hidden about what exactly happened to make this new opportunity available to you. Um, the Eight of Pentacles is in the negative. I feel like you're doing a lot of self work here, and it's not that it's negative, it's just like now you need to do more. So it feels almost burdensome to me. Yeah, whatever. A lot of burden. Let's do that. If we can't talk. So I feel like, yeah, you're like, okay, now I got to learn this and this and this, and I really got to hone in on it. And overall, I'm sure that being an earth sign, you're probably very particular, and you have to like know it all, right? So there is that energy that may feel tough. It may be an obstacle for you too, like you feel like you have to learn something, even though you may not have to. The Page of Wands is in your strength. I think there's something here in energy that you're being handed, or given a message about, that leads you to be a little bit more enthusiastic, motivated, excited, passionate about whatever this energy is that's coming in. There's definitely commitment here. There's a lot of things happening here that, so this could be work and relationship and family all intermingled. Okay. So keep that in mind as we go through the reading. I'm getting a lot of like, there's an opportunity, but I got a lot of energies going on here. So Page of Wands, again, message coming in. I feel like that sets the tone for you to really move forward. The Six of Wands is in what you don't see. And I think that has to do with the justice, is that you're being recognized and you don't even realize it. If this is love, it could be something too where someone has like just broken up with somebody, and whatever they're doing on their end, which you know nothing about, leads you two together, that kind of situation. But the Six of Wands says whatever's happening, you're being celebrated and you don't realize it. So there could be someone, love interest. It could be work where they're like, wow, man, he does a really good job, or she does a really good job, and we're going to do XYZ. That's the feeling I'm getting. So what to look for is the Page of Swords. I feel like this is, the Page of Swords to me is about learning, but in a big way. So the page, the way the Page of Swords learns is, okay, whatever, like in one of the decks, she has a sword that's as big as she is. And it even says in the booklet, it says, okay, I'm not starting with a 2-foot sword. I'm starting with the one that I want to use. So I'm not going to learn and work my way up. I'm going to go all out and do whatever I can. And that's what you need to do. Just give it your all. Do everything you can to learn what you need to learn and to move forward. But I feel like you will do that anyway, because it's kind of the energy that you'll need to look for, though. You'll need to really grasp that and say, I really need to work on this. You have 2 pages here, which, and the Seven of Pentacles. To me, those are all learning cards, or Eight of Pentacles, sorry. Those are all learning cards. There's something going on here where you have to learn. The pages are young. They're learning. It doesn't mean you're young. You could be. But it means that, there's something here that you're learning. You're young at whatever the situation is. What you don't see is the judgment. There's going to be something that or this is unexpected. Unexpectedly, I'm sorry, you're going to feel like a new person. I think all of the energy that you're putting in here with the page of wands, the seven or the eight of pentacles, and the page of swords tells me that you are going to feel like renewed because you're putting a lot of work in and you're learning a lot of new things. And so it's like, oh, cool. You know, now I feel good. Now I feel rejuvenated and I'm going to like attack this. The challenge is the Hierophant. So part of you, the commitment is it, the commitment here may be difficult for you to do. It's not a bad thing. It's a challenge. It's a bump in the road. It's something that you have to deal with. It's nothing like keeping you from that. But there is something here about committing yourself that's a little bit challenging for you. There's something that's holding you back from committing yourself to whatever this new situation is. Even though you're in that realm of taking that leap of faith, there's still something that's, I don't know if I can commit myself to this 100%. So then we have future influences, the Two of Swords. You're going to have, this whole thing is leading to eventually a decision that you'll have to make. You'll have to go one way or another way, either in or out, or, do this, do that. It's two things, very clear. Keep in mind that this energy, though, can feel very heavy and very, the Two of Swords to me can be just very like, put yourself in a suspension almost. Like until you make that decision, you don't move forward. And you need to make that decision to move forward. It's a very heavy feeling. You got two swords and a blindfold on, and you're in this position until you make that decision. Then you can get some relief in your arms. But that's kind of the energy, if that makes sense. So outcome is Six of Pentacles. I do feel like there is definitely you're going to be at a place where you'll be able to feel like you're giving more equally to the situation. You're able to give a little bit more. You're able to have a partnership, whether this is work or love, but I feel like it also could be like putting everything together, like your work, your home, your all of it. There's a feeling that there can be some give and take in all areas, but you'll figure that out, obviously. So then, silly me pulls another card. You got the Tower. So sometime probably in June, this whole energy is going to shift. There's going to be a shift in energy. And what that does, though, is it leads you to the Moon, which says there may be a period of time where you're not clear on things. And I feel like this Moon energy after the Tower is going to make you more clear on what's happening. The Tower could happen and you're not understanding why, but I feel like you will. He's climbing out of the muck. So this Tower energy comes in, kind of changes things a little bit, but it kind of frees you to see what's really happening here. There's something with what we don't know with that Justice and that Six of Wands, because you don't know about that. That's something that you don't even know about. And I feel like that will come in clear as mud. No, it will be clear. You'll understand it, which then leads to the Three of Wands, which to me is not a victory card as much as the work that you're putting in is paying off. The ships are coming in. You're getting your, all of the work that you're doing is coming to, you're going to be able to see it and put hands on it and go, look, everything I've done has paid off. It's been good. This happens a little bit more into June. So, because I kind of pulled out a little bit. So just know that moving forward, there is that, you really want that energy of the Fool, and it feels good to take that leap of faith, but there's stuff that's happening in the background that's going to really affect how you move forward, whether this is love, work, or anything. But that commitment is a big card too, because there's something you have to commit to and you're not sure if you want to. The Eight of Wands is in your advice. When I see this Eight of Wands, I think of someone watching a chandelier just going like that. Back and forth. I know that's not what the Eight of Wands is, but I see that with this. And I see it as, I got to get a handle on this energy. Here's the thing. I feel like there's a lot of things happening here, and things kind of come in quickly, um, and you're doing all of the work. But that two of swords and this card go together, and the respect that you're you need. I mean, it's important that things keep moving, but you can't just sit and watch them move. Like, you got to move with it. You've got to make that decision. Like, this is important, because what this tells me, being in the advice, is that if this is, no matter if it's love or work or whatever, this isn't going to be something that sticks around and that you can grab onto 6 months down the road. Don't let it slip away. Don't sit there and watch go back and forth and not make that decision, because if you don't make a choice on what you want to do, you won't have that choice anymore. It doesn't mean your life's going to go down the tubes or anything. It's just this opportunity will be non-existent. It'll go away. It's not going to stay there forever for you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, that this is what the advice is. That's where I'm getting that. So we'll pull one more card, Taurus. Let's see. What else? What else do our Taurus need to know? Seven of Wands. Be sure that you're looking out for yourself. To me, the Seven of Wands is about protecting what's important to us, protecting ourselves. Look out for yourself in any situation. It doesn't mean you have to be selfish. It's just that make sure that all of this stuff is also benefiting you, and that, like, if there's some kind of stipulation where I need a certain amount of pay if it's a job, or I need a certain amount of hours if it's a job, be sure you say, this is what I need. This is what's important for me to move forward. And I feel like that will help you too with the decision, because if that decision's hard, that may be part of the reason why it's hard. Because once you know that they will reciprocate and get you what you need, that decision will be easier to make. Or if they don't, it'll still be easier to make, because they can't give you concessions. Then you're like, okay, well, then it's not going to work. But there's still a part of you that really wants that leap of faith. It feels good. So there you have it, Taurus. Please give me a comment. I appreciate all of the comments. I do read them all. Take care. Have a beautiful day.